Okay? But our mothers that brought us into this world are suffering. I just did a 16 regional listening talk. And most women's problem in this country today is that their husband have lost their job. And then the child who has acquired a degree can't also get a job. But the woman is taking care of the two. We have to stand for you women. We have to stand and help you women regardless. Because there's a vacuum of not having entrepreneurs as women in our country. But they are part of the system and the economy. So we're very much interested. Now let me give you a simple scenario. If you are executive marketer and what you're marketing is cocoa powder or milk powder or some clothes for children. Let's say that you're in Makola. Let's say you're in Makola, so you sell children clothes. And all of a sudden, the Chinese have come to compete with you. Your prices are reduced. That's your problem now. He's beating your prices, and so you have to compete with that. If I can help you to also have the machine that cuts the patterns of the same clothes and shoes locally and start trading it in Ghana and Ivory Coast, would that be better for your business than it is now? Yes. Good. Now this process can take about 2 years to do that. Before the 2 years, your problems now are the taxes that we're talking about, the issues and all of that. From where I stand, I can scream as loud as I want. I can't change that situation for you. I can only change it when I'm part of the Constitution. So that is what I've said, that I'm here to help build this nation. I'm not here to take away from this nation so you come asking me questions as a government. I am coming here to be responsible, to be accountable. But to the Canada, you have to find a way to either borrow more money within Ghana itself and not outside. And that could be crowdfunded. That could be raising money from even the GUTA union. Sure. We can raise $50 million amongst ourselves as a union. You have it, but you don't know. And before you know, in 10 years' time, GUTA as a union would be responsible to whatever leadership that will come into this country because you have the power. You have the funds, and you have the resources, and you have the people following you and believing in you. So this is my message. My message is that whatever I just showed you up there that I'm doing, I am not proud of myself doing that, but I'm grateful for God giving me the opportunity to be able to do that. I am very grateful. And I want you to replicate it. I want your children to do it too, because they can do better than me. Maybe at their time, technology would be faster. Government will be better. You know, things will be a little different. But we need to start it. Because we're just sitting and complaining and doing the same thing over and over and over and over. If you're telling me that they're killing you with taxes and everything, you still don't know where and the power of your thumb. Democracy is supposed to give you the free will to change government anytime you think it's not going right for you. But if you know it's not going right for you, and then you go and do it, not even God will help you, because you're repeating the same mistakes. If we have a problem, let's find a solution to the problem. If the solution to the problem is change of governance because you want to be the one that controls that government so they can hear your voice, then be a part of doing that. That change is going to change our lives. It's going to change our mentality. It's going to change our investment. It's going to change our lives. Thank
you. My name is Ronald. I have 4 questions to ask.
Oh no, I'll take one. I'll take one.
Okay, let me reduce it to 2. In this very world, we know that there's a global village and there are cartels all over. Our governments are fall short with those kind of mentalities or acts. They will come, they will talk to us in a very nice way, having promises. But when they get to the seat, you will see them fumbling. Because what is there is different from what they've preached. It has happened to all the African leaders across board. How will your own be different?
Thank you.
From them?
Thank you very much. So first of all,
you have tigers around.
Sorry?
You have tigers around you.
Oh, no. So, first of all, I'm a strictly non-believer of foreign influence being the platform that dictates for our political principles. That's the first thing we need to change. Why should we govern our nation by foreign influence? No. But it doesn't mean that I want to cut the foreigners out. I just want to build a nation that will have international commercial relationships. And that's what we're talking about here. When you start producing your own goods, you have to have international relationship. With Europe, what do you want? I want 1 pound of gold. Okay, we'll give it to you by the world market price. Take it. What do you want, China? I want to buy oil. You want crude or you want refined oil? Whatever you want, we'll give it to you at the market price. It's called international commercial relationship. Now let me explain the foreign influence to you. So we all vote for somebody to become a president. Then some guy will come and put a plane down, private plane. He wears a white shirt and a blue suit, and with 3 white people, they're all white, and then they walk behind some Flagstaff or some castle and they sit down behind closed doors, and then in 2 weeks they will come and announce the concession of lithium is now sold. It's given to this person and that person, and in return you're going to do roads for us. You can't do anything. It's done. That is foreign influence on our political platforms. This young man, I am revolutionary consciously alive. There is a side of me that maybe the nation will not see. But I told you that I came from a humble beginning. But trust me, I'm a fierce of a tiger. I can stand anything. When you have God, you don't fear any man.
Yes.
You know, because I come with strength, and I know that if we're able to cut this foreign influence in our political sector, everybody will sit down and listen to us. As a nation and as a country, we will start building our own economy, and they have to respect us.
Yeah, my follow-up question.
Please.
The reason why I asked this question is, our first president, that was his vision. He did it physically for all to see. But I don't know what happened to him. He was taken away by the so-called world-controlled people.
So
what I'm saying
is that your worries, or
no? That is not entirely my worries.
So
But what I'm
I
saying
want
is,
to know your question.
my question is, now, when those people are there and we refuse to mingle with them, so many things goes away from our hands, and we join them they take away what belongs to us.
I think that your second question just goes back into your first question. And that's what I meant by international commercial relationships. It's the relationship you have with people. Okay? Some people have a pastor that preaches to them. But some people will have a pastor that put their mother against them. It's the same pastor who is preaching the word of God. One, he has positively influenced you. The other one, he has negatively influenced you. So if we're going to sit here and tolerate negative influence from foreign sectors, then forever we're going to be slaves for those people. That's the point that I'm making. That we need to move our political narrative completely away from them. I cannot go to America and tell Americans what they have to do. Yes. They even turn me down visas if they say you don't have this, you don't have this. But when they're coming here, we're waiting to give them visa on arrival. Some of them even are searching our security before they enter our country. How disrespectful. Yeah. And then come and tell us that you close all these 160 banks and close these 140 microfinances. Do this before we give you money. Huh? That microfinances and the banks and everything, they were turning over 3.9 billion in the industry. When we closed it all, the money disappeared. What did we go back and ask them for? 3 billion, less than what they were running. So this foreign influence is craziness. It makes democracy sounds to me as demonstration of craziness when it comes to Africa. Because it's like we don't know what we're doing. We just go yeah, and then just vote. 8 years is a long time to give your life away to somebody. Please, you only need 3 of that, and you're halfway through your life. And the other half that is left, don't think it's going to be another 24, 28 years. Remember, you're going to sleep 6 hours every day. So you're not going to get that 20-something years easily and fully like that. Let's think about giving our times away to people. We are using our thumb to give times away to people. We are taking money from them and voting for them. There is no difference between you and Judas. He just said, give me the same money and pointed at someone. You are saying, give me the money and I'll vote for you. The two of you are doing the same thing. You're selling your souls. And we cannot govern our country by doing that. If you look in our process, you will see that we started by raising funds. It says, Save Ghana Fund. We are asking the nation to put money into us. Not because we need the money. It's because, one, we want to show you that we will be accountable for the money. 2, we want to show you that if you want to invest in a political party or a movement, it has to be transparent. People have to see it. People have to know what it's for. And 3, we want to reverse the psychology. That's what happens in America. That's what happens in England. That's what happens in all the places that they're practicing democracy. When you come to Ghana or Africa, we are bribing our people. We are making the democracy like it's some worshipping business of some kind of gods. We need to do the right thing, and the right thing would happen to us. Our industries, everything will start booming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Excellency,
2 questions.
Kwame, Bediako, I am Vincent. I feel I'm called the National Coordinator for Automobile Dealership of Ghana. I've been saying now the enemy of the business community in Ghana is this current government. Because as a government, if you fail to go with the business community, there is no way you're going to succeed. And as my big brother said, it is easier said than done. I will want to ask you a brief question. You see, with the business community, when we bring in our goods, they give customs targets. And now because they've sold our mineral resources and whatever, when they sit down and then wants to raise funds, where they come to is the port. And by so doing, we suffer. So whatever the customs demand from us, nobody says anything. I want to ask you humbly, when you are being voted into power, will you be able to call them to book, hey, why are you overburdening the business community, blah, 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 blah? Because you also get revenue there to govern the affairs of the country. So I'm asking, will you be able to tell them, hey, stop this, you are not supposed to take this tax, blah, blah, because you said, looking at our tax component, we have about 21 taxes. And you're going to reduce it to about 21. 11. Are you going to put something on paper like a memorandum of understanding between you and then the business community?
I don't need to do that, and I think your question, so you don't go out of it, you know. You're
Yes,
talking
and
about-
lastly, sorry, I want to understand the meaning of the mask.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will come to that. Okay. So after the last questions are asked and I answer, I would like to take you through the new force and the agenda and the vision behind it. But in the meantime, let me answer the gentleman's question.
Yes.
You know, he's asking me that would I sign an MOU with the business people? No, I don't, and I won't. I don't need to sign an MOU with you to guarantee your future. Okay? There are millions of you, and we don't need that. We just need to change our constitutions because that's the only thing that is coming against us. Now, let me give you a breakdown. A watchman walks into his house, into a house that he's protecting, or he's a security man, because he's going to find a thief that has broken into the house. He goes into the house and he sees the landlord in the house. So he started running. You know what has just happened here? The security man cannot understand that why would the landlord that owns the house break into his own house to steal? So the point I'm about to make to you is that if the person that governs at the top is interested in quadrupling your taxes so he can extract from you, then the guy right at the bottom would also find a way to break into the same house. And the guy after and after and after and after. Therefore, everybody along the line is getting their share. You, me, cannot fix this problem when you have thieves in different skills. It's not that simple anymore that the watchman will just enter a house. Now, you have a lot of houses with a lot of landowners invading it. We don't know whether it's for insurance, we don't know whether it's to make yourself richer, or we don't know exactly what you're doing. But one thing that we all should know if we were security men to this house is that there is something going on that we cannot fix it unless we come together to go to the bottom of it and uproot it. On that note, I would like to reintroduce myself to you. My name is Kwame Bediako and I belong to the New Force Movement. This is our vision. We're here to uproot the problems that you are looking for solutions for. We're here to connect with you. So we go to the ground and face the situation, because from where we sit, there is no way I can tell you any solution that will change those taxes in the pot. And if you, from the GUTA union, that you have about 500,000 to 1 million people, if you haven't been able to stop it from where you sit, and you are the one that is being penalized with it the most, then how do you expect this one young man standing in front of you, trying to become a leader so he can help constitutionalize some of the problems in this country to make your life better? How do you expect me to fix it from where I stand? The decision is ours. We need to come together. We need to change governments. We need to give opportunities to our children, to the youth, and let them apply their pressure, their strength, their energy, their knowledge to the system and make things newer. Because it's like we are still cooking on coal pots and people are putting food in microwave, so in 5 minutes it's on your table and you have to wait for 3 hours before you eat. You have to change the narrative, the strategy, the system. The things that you have is still the old way. I like to say this about a place when I was young and I was going to school. There was a day I was not feeling well and I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was in Kaneshi and I just saw a drugstore. And I walked in to ask the man for medicine. I didn't know what kind of medicine I needed. So he brought me in to sit down, and he gave me water first. Then he gave me some medicine called Fragile, and I took it. And whilst I was sitting there, within 10 minutes, I was getting better. So he gave me 9 more to take with me. I was supposed to go back home, but I continued to school. I never forgot this man's face. Neither did I forget his shop. So every time I was coming from school, because of this man, I would stop in Ganeshi, and I would get out of the truck van and walk 5 minutes, and just go and buy Fragile and something from his shop. I didn't have any use for it, but I liked it because I felt like what he did was nice. I traveled to England after my GCSEs, and then one day I was driving. Now I'm no more in truck. I'm driving my own car, and I said, let me stop and go by this shop and buy again, because I'd been away for almost 7 years. When I went back, the man was not there. I asked of him, but he was not there. The girl couldn't tell me where the man was. But here's the disappointment that I had. I asked for the same medicine that I used to ask 7 years ago, and they got it for me and put it in the same paper. So when I walked out, I said that after 7 years, this man has not grown. He's doing the same thing, and even the young girl who's in the shop now is doing the same thing.
Continuation.
You see, this man might have saved my life 10 years before, but 10 years down the line, he could have been saving lives if he had gone into thinking bigger and expanding. But he just repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. Please, before I would like to introduce you to the new force, I would like to leave us with this message that time is the most essential tool in life, and that's all we have. Let's not lose on time. We can lose on businesses, but when you have time, you can do it again. Even when you lose, you can win again. But every day, time is going. And today, I might stand in front of you as a youth, but tomorrow, I'll be an old man. And that's why I want to use my strength, my wisdom, my courage, my wealth, in my days when I feel youthful. Because in the day when I become old, if I'm not able to do what I'm thinking today, my regrets will not leave my soul alone. So please, help me, support me, and let's do this together. Thank you. Thank you. So, I will make this, your answer, very simple. Sometimes, some questions doesn't need words to answer it properly, more so than action. So I'd like you to take your time, and all of you here, and go back into your history. Even look at the best president you've had, and I think we think the same if we look at someone like Kwame.
Yeah.